Welcome back to another episode of the Work Area Podcast. Yeah, really excited about this show. I broadened my horizons a little bit by making these phone calls instead of having people in the studio. I prefer to do these podcasts in the studio, but it's just not practical with how Speedway works. Like I said on the previous episode, everyone that does race is busy, and they're either working on their race car or working on their business that pays for the race car. So massive episode this week. Got Alex Robinson, crew guy for Monte Motorsports. Took the plunge to launch himself overseas, and is working with Tarlton Motorsports and James McFadden deal over there. Really interesting with how they go about it and how the level stacks up between the Australian sort of program here that they run with Monte Motorsports, which obviously is as good as it gets. And then over to Tarlton Motorsports, which, yeah, if you listen to a previous episode, we talked to Cole Macedo, who knows that deal quite intricately, and he said the Tarlton Motorsports is the Sean Dyson of American Motorsports. So really interesting to have a chat with Alex about that. Also got Jye O'Keeffe, Elevate Race Bodies, sort of from my knowledge, the most preeminent like bodybuilder or race truck hauler and trailer builder in Australia. Sorry, you would have seen his stuff on social media at the moment. Dan Goldie Racing just purchased their new truck from him. Yeah, really good footage of that, and obviously, yeah, sort of you win lotto type stuff. You jump on board with that. And yeah, you'd be buying from Jye because his trailers and his mules are as good as they get. This episode obviously brought to you by my new business. It's a new little program I got. It's called Apex Premium Motorsports Experiences. There's a heap of wank essentially that I can rattle off, but it's essentially it's a lot of money. It's about $500 a ticket, but I truly feel like it's value for money. It cost me a fair bit to run the show. If you buy the program, first one's going to be in Darwin with Jason Pride Motorsports. We got a few other things in line with that, and some big teams and some big events that I'm trying to knock off this upcoming sprint car season. But you transfer the money, and that's it. You will not be out of pocket again. I'll meet you at the gate, walk in, and again, I've put it on there a couple of times that it's not your general meet and greet. It's not going to be like, hi, I'm X from X. It'll be, you'll truly get a feeling of what it's like to be a part of a race team on a race night. The conversations aren't going to be like a normal meet and greet driver. It'll be the nitty and gritty. You know, what exactly went on in the race, what's exactly happening with the car. When we talk to the crew chief, it'll be all the details, like, you know, when we're going out for qualifying, we're throwing this tyre on, we need to get off the corner better here. A true insight into what it is. Obviously, beautifully catered meals, not just, you know, roast beef and gravy rolls or anything like that. All the meals are going to be next class. The alcohol, the water, just every single thing. You'll get merchandise. You'll get your own private area in the pits. At most of them, you'll get your own private area to watch the races. We'll have our own exclusive area within the pits, right next to the hauler, right next to the race car. You want to look at the race car, I'll walk you through what they're doing. I'll walk you through what each part does. And yeah, essentially, if you've ever been to any sort of corporate package anywhere else in any other motorsports or speedway or anything, or football, anything like that, that's the program that I'm going to be delivering. And I truly feel like it's going to be value for money. Even though I fully understand how much money it is, I genuinely think that once the night's done, you'll be stoked with how the night's turned out, what you've learned, what you got to experience, get to hang out with the drivers after the race, have a couple of beers if we can, walk the track after a race night, which I think is significantly underutilized as in terms of what people do. Even us racers, like, we don't walk the track at the end of the night enough to debrief and really look at what the track did, and it's completely even from the mesh. If you watch at the Motorplex on the mesh, you watch a whole feature race, then you walk out onto the track. It's only 10 meters away, but everyone that's ever done it will know what I'm talking about. Once you leave the mesh and you walk out onto the track, it's completely different to what it is. And this VIP experience that I'm doing, I truly think I'm going to be giving you value for money. Let's get into it. Thank you. First things first. Obviously, I mentioned it last week on the pod. I'm obviously a bit of rumours going around, and I'm still unsure where I sit. I know what I want to do with this pod and where I want to take it. I want to cut through all the bullshit and actually give the people what they want to hear. But at the end of the day, I also know that if I do that, I'm most likely going to piss off half the pit. So it's a fine line. Essentially what I'm hearing, and I don't know the Diamond Bay boys at all, what I'm hearing is that there might be a local driver that you might not expect in the seat for the year, and similar to the Dane King shot, Kerry Madsen deal with Cricky Motorsports, there might be a local in the car during the year, and then come the big races, they'll have an American in the car. And then, obviously high limit, speed week, etc. There might be an American come over and jump in that. I'm hearing there's a few others. I'm hearing Tanner Holmes's name thrown around a little bit. I think I'm hearing Garrett Williamson's name thrown around, and we'll just have to wait and see. But again, I did get plenty of messages, which some are out of left field, and I'm not sure the credibility of them, and the others I think were pretty bang on. So you guys clearly have your finger on the pulse and know what's going on. The rest of the speedway, I think there's Calabaron this weekend. I think that'll be a ripper little weekend. Country track really cracking into what they're doing. But the big event is the Broth Enterprises Westralia Cup this weekend in Derby. I think it'll be an absolute ripper, and there's nothing else going on. So I truly, truly think you will not regret it if you jump on Clay Per View and purchase that for the boys and watch them rip around the Derby Speedway track, which I'll speak about later on. And yeah, we've thrown some money on the bar tonight, so hopefully the boys are ripping in and having as much fun as they can with that. The speed cars, I've got a little bit of gossip with the speed cars about what their program might look like and who might be coming. Yeah, got Jye O'Keeffe from Elevate, which I can't wait to speak to. He'll be on the phone now, so yeah, we'll get into that. All right, on the line is Jye O'Keeffe from Elevate Race Bodies. Mate, I'm not sure if you think it, but I fucking love watching all those videos and stuff like that you put out. It seems to be like the gold standard of trailers. Is that the sort of the aim? Like, is that where you think it sits?
Yeah, definitely. Look, it is the standard for every build we do. So to be able to sort of get some good social media presence out there just really reflects on what we do, and you sort of have to put that out there so people know that is the standard and it's what we do. And yeah, they've been coming out really well. So yeah, hopefully people could see that and see what we're about.
Obviously, the build time's not like crazy quick or anything with the standard of things you do and now the size of stuff you do. Is there a busy time of the year, or how does that sort of work?
There is. Typically, we're not all speedway, but we do a lot of. We're pretty versatile. We do a lot of motorsport stuff, whether it be like majority speedway, but go-karts or bikes, or we do some unique stuff like camper bodies on. Yeah, we're doing a Unimog Mercedes truck at the moment. Just anything sort of unique. We really specialize in that. So, but speedway timeframes obviously usually get pretty heavy by this last half of the year. This is definitely our busiest time of the year at the moment. And then sort of once January, February hits, it quietens off, and then get ready for next year's projects basically. So no, it's pretty good, mate. It's just pretty steady all year round. Yeah, we just punch away day by day and just keep putting out the good work.
Has it exploded on you? Obviously, haven't been around the sport for ages, but it seems like in maybe like the previous 2 years, it's sort of just exploded in terms of like a business. Is that fair, or have you always been busy?
I wouldn't say it's exploded. It's been gradual for sure. We just, I don't know, take small steps and grow at a good rate, not a stupid rate that becomes unmanageable and the quality control will drop or anything like that. And none of that would happen. No, it's been a steady growth, but from day one when I started doing this, when we opened the business years ago, the motto was always just top end stuff. There was no really interest to do anything else. And yeah, I was just happy to go at it, go at whatever pace it came and evolve with it and get the right people to come along for the journey. I'm so very fortunate that we have a brilliant crew at the moment. Everyone works together. Everyone has the same passion, which you need that to grow a successful business with whatever you're doing. So yeah, no, it's definitely slowly evolved and just just keeping up. Customer service is a big one that I believe in. Try and keep a good reputation, and deliver on time, and just customer service is just absolutely, absolutely everything in my eyes. And small things, mate, like rectify mistakes. No one's perfect in this world. You'll always have a setback, whatever it may be. It's just how you deal with it well, and yeah, which it's certainly busy. We're busy, and the last few years, yeah, we've been fortunate that we can just build really nice gear, and people trust in us now that they're in the right place. Yeah, so we just year by year, mate, we just do what we do. We just do it well, stay out of trouble. Pretty much it.
Hey, back to the start. You had a racing career. You point me to one race to go and have a look. What race would you point me back to in terms of your racing?
No, no idea. Maybe Darwin. Love Darwin. That was always my favourite outlet for speedway. But yeah, racing wise, shit, mate. 500 go karts, 500 sprint cars. Little bit of success sort of throughout. No, I couldn't pinpoint a race for you though. I had fun the whole time, mate.
Hard to have a bad night at the races, but so you got nothing that sticks out as sort of your highlight of your career so
Not
far.
really. Nah, a few big titles in the 500s. Oh, we had plenty of feature wins, but some Jack Wilshere's. Not really, mate. Honestly, it's just I just love going racing. It
You,
was
you haven't been
like,
behind the wheel for a bit. Do you miss it, or you just flat out?
yeah, miss it. Yep, definitely miss it. But that always flat out that you're kind of just flat out. You don't essentially get time to miss it as much. But nah, I definitely miss just being a part of it. That was the biggest reason I decided to get back into it.
Back to you obviously quit it for business sort of reasons. Like when you first started this out, is Elevate where you wanted it? Like obviously it sounds like I'm doing an ad for your business or anything like that, but the Elevate brand now is somewhat synonymous with Speedway and high end products, and it's what people want. Like, is this where the sort of the business trajectory was always going to go, or did you have something else in mind?
Nah, this is definitely where I would aim for it to be. And once again, you can't do that without the right people. So yeah, 100%. It's just not. It's just not in me to create a different style of product. It's it's just a passion, like creating products and delivering to a customer is a passion of mine and the guys who work for us. So yeah, this is exactly where I was hoping it would sort of end up. Been fortunate to have the opportunity to do a lot of big special builds for people that once again people trust us and the product, and yeah, it's definitely I feel we've put a little bit of a benchmark on where professional transport should be. but it's never the end, or was every week, every day. You just sort of, you're trying to better your own product, better yourself, and what you can offer people, and yeah, sort of try and just sit a little bit above the others. It's just it's a whole package for us. So we're not just a trailer building shop or anything like that. It's everything in one. So like we'll create a whole entire package for you, whether it be a rigid truck or a semi trailer or whatever it is. We'll do the whole lot. It's all in house. We take pride in everything we do. So yeah, that is what we do, and people do come to us knowing that they're in the right place, and hopefully we can uphold that reputation for a long time. People, customers mean a lot to me. People trust. It's a lot of money, these investments they make in these sort of transporters and that, and so you want to give what you would expect for if you were to get someone else to do it. So yeah, no, it's definitely it's at a good place. Really, really proud of the product, put it that way.
Mate, what was your first sort of big job, like or your first like sort of really, really good bit of equipment you put out? Do you remember it, like something where you really felt like, fuck, we're on the right track and we're doing the right thing, like we got this job? Like, what is it, a big trailer or is it a big job for someone? Like, what's the one that sort of you felt put you on the map?
Yeah, definitely our first big job would have been Jock Goodge's rigid truck, which was it's had a couple owners since him, I reckon. I
Do
mean,
the Claytons
it's
have
still
it now?
getting around. Yeah, the Claytons have got it. That's it.
Yep, yeah, that one. Yep, that's the first big one.
It's still getting around. It's still in pretty good nick, actually. It got flooded in them Queensland floods.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's it got all fixed up all properly and no drums at all, and it's still going. It's a nice truck, but yeah, that was definitely our first big one. So that was pretty cool. But Darren at the time had seen the truck that we were running for sprint cars, our own, and it just quit my job to go work for myself. And yeah, he said, "Oh, you want to build a truck?" And yeah, it was brand new. Just rocked up at the door and said, "Get into it."
You shit yourself when you get a
fuck
job
it
like
up. Nah, yeah, back in the day, yeah, geez, I was pretty young. Nah, just make sure you tick all the boxes. Just do it right. Probably it's more the time frame thing, I guess. Like getting straight into a job like that. And back then, when I first got it, I had no staff, and then I think it might have been halfway through, maybe. And Jaden come work for me then. He was my first employee, and yeah, still there today. And yeah, more the time frame. Doing the job was fine. Just the time for like it come around quick. It's like, oh yep, we need that by this date, and it's just a big introduction to business and dealing with companies and suppliers and all that sort of stuff, and just getting it make it happen at a rapid rate. That first job was probably a little stressful in that side of it, but a learning curve. I think it was definitely meant to be, and everything turned out fine, and it's all good from there. So yeah, definitely that was I was fortunate and grateful to basically get that first big job and get it out there for people to look at.
What is your favourite type of build? Like, you guys obviously do anything, and I'm not sure if you're on the tools, all day, every day or anything like that, but like, is it the big cars? Is it the mules? Is it the one-off random jobs? Like, do you have a favourite type of job that comes through the workshop?
Yeah, the one-offs. One-offs are my favourite. And honestly, every job he has is a one-off. Apart from your general dimensions of, say, a 48-footer or a rigid doesn't change. Fit outs are different. The one-off jobs are cool though. yeah, that's where I enjoy, and sort of doing a bit of design work and to and from, and doing the fit out stuff. That's cool. That's exciting. So we do obviously all that in house. We've got our own cabinet making set up in there, and all the CNC gears. Just creating, just creating stuff, mate. Like big jobs are wicked. We love every single job, but it's just the small stuff, like a bit of CNC stuff. I love that's sort of my thing at work. Run the CNC and the router and the press, and just create and muck around and build things, and that's what I enjoy. I love that. I love doing that. But yeah, every job's cool. Honestly, every job's cool. But there's no super standouts.
You're saying you love getting in there and creative and the one-offs. What's like the most random thing you've built? Like, what's the most different
Oh
to your
yeah,
everyday thing? What's that?
shit. Built a lot of random shit. Yeah. Oh, we built a. There's been a fair few. We built like a judge's box once for the horse racing, and it was a pretty pimp trailer.
What, for the bull?
It's a lady that just drives around the country judging horse jumps or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then we built a little trailer. It was like 1.2 meters by 1.2 meters, tiny, and she sold books out of it. That was pretty weird. Actually, we did a cool one to go to the mines. It was that was fun. So that was a nice trailer. It was like a mobile lab for soil compaction. They do soil testing,
Yeah, right.
but he needed to do. It was pretty unique. He he wanted to have it transport as a trailer because they were just running a shipping container, but they had this compaction set up that weighed a couple hundred kilos, and it was on a big concrete block. They said, we need this to be like the trailer floor it won't pass regs. So they've got to do this real heavy compaction onto this concrete block straight onto the earth.
Yep.
So we built this trailer, and we put a hole in the floor and built this winch system that basically winches this couple hundred kilo. It's like a 500 kilo concrete block through the floor, all sealed up. So when they got to site, they'd level the trailer, winch this through the floor, and they would work in the trailer, air conditioned, and do these tests out in the desert. And it was a world first, he reckons. He said it's first invention.
Bloody
And so
hell.
that was cool. And he's picked up a lot of work from that too. He's ordered another one of those, and you're just going to do a couple more because no one's done that. It was his first thing. So different stuff like that. It's fun. Speedway's wicked, but it's good to do something different.
From all that, then obviously, if you to look at the Elevate Race Body social media, sorry, at the moment, obviously the flagship from my point of view is the Dan Golding Racing trailer that's just left the workshop. Is that fair? Is that like the latest and greatest thing that sort of rolled out of the workshop?
Yeah, definitely. Look, the 48 footers have been in the making for probably bit over 2 years. It was sort of always coming. It's the 48 footers are not just something you just dive into. Well, you can if you want, but we're not going to do that. So we basically, before it even got into production, so we spent like months and months and months catting it up and 3D renders, and then making changes and just getting it to how you want it to be. And then as far as a manufacturing point of view, so yeah, that is definitely the flagship. So that was a beautiful trailer, and it was cool to finally get out there. We've had a lot of people sort of asking about it, and be good for people to go see it and out in the wild in WA. And we've got a couple more getting built there at the moment. So yeah, that they're probably our biggest build, I would say. but nothing daunting. It's just make sure you're pre-planning well and tick all the boxes and do your homework and just get it right and get the customer involved to what they want. And there's a lot of fit out involved in that. So we did created basically our own layout and did that in these first couple actually. So we've got a bit of a standard floor plan that people can modify. And yeah, no, it's a beautiful trailer. That really, really nice. So they'll be, well, they're available now basically. So we've got a few orders. We've got the opportunity for one more for the 2027 season. So hopefully the aim is to sort of try and have one kind of in stock. So keep the lead times down. That's the biggest factor that we sort of, you struggle with is lead times when someone wants something of a large scale. There's long lead times. So if you can get ahead a little bit and pull them lead times down to like the 8 months sort of thing, then it's always better for everyone.
Maybe that, obviously you're around Speedway and all the time and you got sucked into work and obviously like it should, it's sort of taken the precedent. News come out recently that you're getting back into the game and you've got a driver coming over. What got you back in? Is it something you're looking at? Was it a random opportunity? How did you get back into it?
Yeah, nah, look, I'd been thinking about it for quite a while. Just didn't know what direction to go. I was nearly going to race a midget. That's pretty close to doing that. Just getting a midget and setting up a team there. And
yeah.
And if the racing was more around here, then I would have for sure, because they're cool and they're fun. But there's just not much happening here for midgets. There's just nothing exciting. So that sort of went away, and then sprint car sat there in my head and sat there and sat there. And I sort of just got tired of watching. Not tired of watching. I love watching, but tired of thinking about it. And yeah, just procrastinated for ages. And then I wanted to just race and have some fun again, and just have a team and be involved. Because like obviously with work, it's definitely something I'm passionate about is the whole transport side of things and logistics and the mules and the trucks. And so yeah, I am older and tired now. So getting a driver was definitely in my mind. I didn't want to race a bazillion races a year. That's just too hard. So yeah, I sort of decided, all right, we'll get a car and build this team up. And then whilst I'm building it up, I'll try and find someone good that we can just go have fun and try and win some races.
You obviously got Cole Macedo in the seat, mate. Had a little bit to do with him. You'll definitely have some fun. Like he's a ripper fella. I can't remember what I was speaking to the other day about him. I was like, he just ticks every box, and I'm not sure there's many sprint car drivers that I know. He's a good looking fella. He's charismatic. He's funny. He can speak well in front of a camera. He can race well. Like there's not much more that you could want from a driver than you get from Cole.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Look, he was the perfect guy, honestly. And like I've said before, I think, I don't know, it was one of them meant to be things. I think probably superstitious or something, but yeah, he is the ultimate guy, mate, because the main goal to go race again was to have fun and do it well, set it up nice and have a really nice team and good cars and strive to succeed, obviously. But yeah, you got to have fun, and we've got some good guys helping us out that just want to have fun too, and that's what it's all about. It's the same as work. You want everyone to get along and go along for the ride together and have a great time. And if you got the wrong driver, it's just a shit time. Like it's too much money invested to go mope around and have a crap time. So he was dead set the perfect guy. Yeah, he was just the right timing. He's hands on too, which is wicked because it's not an expectation whatsoever. But it's handy for us because a race a long time ago, but it's a new team. So I've been out of the game for a long time. Things have changed. He'll help us with our program as well. But it worked for him because it's free range. You do whatever you want, and he was just pumped that he could basically take the reins and work with us. We'll work with him. Yeah, it was pretty straightforward, mate. I just rang him up and said he already got the tip off from Sean Dyson, and I think he's sort of pretty keen already. I said, "Yeah, look, mate, this is what we got. We'll have everything ready to go. It's a brand new team from scratch. So we've had to build cars and a mule and a truck, and we've built the whole lot. We had nothing." And I said, "Yeah, we just want to hit the road. Want to hit the road and have some fun. Cold beer in the fridge, and we'll go in some races. What do you reckon?" And yeah, he's pumped, mate.
I know you want to have fun, and you will. Like I said, he's a ripper fella. But like, what's the race that's already in your back of your mind that you want to have a serious dip at? You obviously live in Warrnambool. You're coming over here. You're hitting a lot of races. What's the one that's in the back of your mind already?
Oh yeah, probably the classic, which is cliche because everyone's just says the classic.
Yeah, but it is the classic.
It is the classic. Definitely because high limit's wicked, don't get me wrong. But I think the classic's just so cutthroat and grueling and intense. High limit is the same, but it's Perth. Like it's big, it's wide open, it's spread out. I don't know. It seems like a more relaxed type environment, which is good. And to win it would be wicked. But the classic still holds that. I don't know. You get more street cred if you win the classic, I reckon.
Yeah.
But and after seeing him last year, like I don't know, that car was phenomenally fast last year when he raced the classic.
Was it the international? Like that race before, he was just fucking gone.
Yeah, and his entry speed into the corner it's just on a fucking other planet. Like you can watch Jock Goodyear and Lockie and all those guys, and they're the same. Don't get me wrong, everyone has their nights. But whatever he had going on last year, yeah, it was wicked. But fuck me, this guy's he's it. Like, there's something going on there.
To see him like drive like that last year and now know he's in your equipment, like you obviously be excited. But does it make you nervous as well? Like fuck, like this dude can drive now. Now I've got to step up to the plate. Like, is that nerve wracking?
Nah, that's all good. We've got all the gear for him. No, I think we've got. Well, I know we've got everything he needs. Cars, motors, got the same shocks he's got that he wants. No, it's good to rip, man. It's good to go. Everything will be there.
Fuck yeah, that's so good. Do you play golf?
Nah, fuck that.
Mate, you know he's off scratch.
Too impatient.
He's off zero. He plays off scratch. He'll be down at the Warrnambool Golf Club. Him and your man Mark Leishman, mate, off scratch.
I don't even know what scratch means. What's that mean?
So he plays off zero handicap.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. The average person in the world plays off at 18. So over 18 holes of golf, they need one shot. If you can get to that, it's like phenomenal. So if he rocks up to Warrnambool, there might be like 4 dudes that could beat him.
Oh, good. We'll do some gambling on golf then.
Yeah, he'll suck some idiots in, mate. Oh, sprint car driver, and they'll start throwing the cash around, and Cole will collect.
That's why his entry speed's so good now, because obviously his eyes
Yeah.
just tuned in.
When obviously before Cole gets here or after he leaves, are you marinating in your head for you to get in the seat? Where does that sit?
Probably afterwards, yeah. I haven't thought about it honestly at the moment, and it doesn't faze me. I'm too worried about just sort of getting this program ready for this tour, and we're just excited about that. Dead set excited about that. And once he's gone, we'll just see what's kicking around. There's a couple of Warrnambool shows. Might do Easter Trail, maybe. Yeah, not fast, mate. Not fast. Just see how I feel. But yeah, I'll have a go for sure. Get it out of my system. But majority, the focus is just this next chapter in my life, really, and give this a crack. And I hopefully this will just become an annual thing, and if everything goes well, which I think it will, pretty confident, then you just keep on keeping on, sort of year by year, and building on what we've already got.
Mate, awesome. Yeah. I know it's a bit of a struggle. I said 15 minutes, mate. You've given me half an hour, so I know it's pretty late over your way. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for jumping on, mate. I really appreciate it.
No worries, dude. Thanks for the call, and I'll probably catch you, not Darwin, not going to Darwin, but Perth, High Limit.
Yeah, easy, mate. See you then.
Catch you, mate. Cheers.
See ya. There you go, Jye O'Keeffe from Elevate Race Bodies. Obviously got Cole Macedo coming over to race for him this year, and yeah, we don't care about Cole Macedo when we got the great man on the line, the Carnarvon Comet, the Dongra Crayfish, Nic Rowe. Nick, long time no pod. How are you?
Cruising, mate. Just got home from work. Bit late, mate. Bit late, but we're right. What's going on in the world?
Not enough, mate. That's why we're on the phone to you, I reckon. I just, we're just cruising through, mate. Weekly episodes, we're back into it. And by popular demand, the show, you're back on, mate. Obviously, we spoke before, Knoxville, you watched that. It's probably the only thing of real relevance that's happened in the last week. What, any takeaways from that, mate? Where'd you get to with Knoxville?
Yeah, no, I only watched the highlights, mate, but pretty cool to see. Well, for anyone really to see, not just for me, that Larson can fly from a NASCAR race and get excused of all his NASCAR media duties and roll in, and that's about all she wrote for the rest of them. I think as soon as he rolled in, the aura of him just overwhelmed the situation, and that was about it. Yeah, got the win.
Mate, pretty magic. I was saying, filmed him for 2 laps every time, and then never showed him again because he was just gone. Every start, every restart, he was just gone.
Yeah. Obviously, I missed the race, but when I went on the internet after to check the results, it was just like the highlights were all they were Larson 2.1 seconds in front, Larson 1.2 seconds in front, caution, Larson 2 seconds in front. So yeah, must have been a domination by him, and yeah, the rest were just out there for second by the looks of it.
Mate, you tell me that. Bobby Marlowe. That's who I was on the phone to. Bobby Marlowe tried to tell me that Cruz Priolo, obviously David Priolo's kid, would be a better go-kart driver than you. And I put him back in his plot. I said, I reckon Rowie was winning the races that Cruz. He's a gun, no doubt. Your go-kart career stacks up as good as any?
Probably not in my younger days. I was overweight for all them classes, which probably am still now. But yeah, no, back in the earlier days, in the karting days, I was always having to go up a year early to
125 heavy.
Yeah, 125 heavy, super heavy. You name it, mate. I was there, but they, back in the early days, I was too heavy for all the classes, so I ended up in juniors at I think 11. So I never really done the real like rookies classes and all that, which is what they were back in the day, and then. So, yeah, he probably does have me measured because I was bloody 20 kilos overweight for all them classes till I got into juniors.
Mate, obviously one of the big dogs of the Australian speed car division. What are your plans this year? We back into it. What's the 3 doing? Are you ripping the covers off it? What are we up to?
Yeah, we'll have a crack. Obviously got good people behind me. can't thank Phillips boys enough. They're rebuilding the hauler, and we'll try and make the trek across to Toowoomba again for the Australian title in the 3 with Bigsy and yourself and everyone else that's on board. So we'll have a crack at going to do that, and then we'll wait and see. Still down here in Dongra, so my on call doesn't line up the best, but we'll convince them to change that up. And we'll get some races in.
We got any form at Toowoomba? How have we got around there if we have run there?
I don't think we've ever ran there. Don't think I've ever ran there, but I've definitely never run there. I've ran at Archerfield back in the day when that was kicking around up there. And other than that, never really done much racing in Queensland. I won a Queensland championship back in the day, mate. So see how we go.
Just a little bit of licorice all sorts here with you. This week, we're just waiting to... well, that's what we're up to, mate. Just waiting to get on the line with Alex Robertson, obviously over there in Fresno, California. But one of our passions, mate, both of us, you obviously sort of struggled your way through one of the events, and I sort of went really good in one year. The Gas Dash, mate, obviously gone over the weekend. Any goss from that? Any feedback? Where do we sit with that?
Yeah, no, I think they obviously it's a massive effort to run any motorcycling event like that these days. After Fink, obviously they had that tragic incident where someone passed away there. But to run any event like that these days is a huge effort. I was part of the committee up there back in the day, and Decky Gibbings was obviously good enough to get the win. They were obviously lacking the quality and numbers that they usually get up there, but they had the backing of Red Bull and all that, which was pretty cool to see on the start-finish line, and they were running a fair bit of the event up there for them. So they're a good crew up there. Obviously, next year looks like it's going to go back to Gascoyne Junction and back. So that'll be, I think that's what the Gascoyne Dash is represented for such a long period of time. So that'll be pretty cool to do that. And then I reckon I'll have to wind the clock back, mate, and knock you off. I reckon next year, if you sort your stuff out, I'll get a bike and I'll see if I can get you.
Mate, if we throw Gassy into the mix, it'll be 6-1. We've already gone. Well, I've already beaten you one.
6 DNFs for me, 1 DNF for you. Is that what you're saying?
It's 5 wins for me, 1 win for you. 6 head-to-heads. I've come out on top 5 times versus 1. So
that was 4 at the start of the week.
Total Tools Rockingham, if you're listening, I'm your man. Hey, obviously we speak during the week. One of our big passions, mate, is the fireball there with David King, Kane Corns. One of the segments on that show is pick and stick. So if you're not listening, it's just I get to
the music, please. The music.
Nah, I don't know how to do the music. I don't know how to do the music, but essentially I give a topic, 2 names, 2 subjects, whatever. You can't give any context around it. You just got to give me your best and who you think or whose side you pick or whatever it is. What are you going to want to go? I don't know yours. You don't know mine. You want to go 1 for 1? All mine first, all yours first. How are we going?
Oh, we'll go 1 and 1 or what?
All right, I'm starting because I think I got a banger right off the top. Pick and stick. Jason Kendrick versus Mitch Wormel.
Oh, you have to go Kendo, wouldn't you? Yeah, you got to go Kendo.
Well, just one word. Jason Kendrick.
Sorry, mate. Jason Kendrick.
Right, go. All right. What do you got for me?
Right, I got one for you. Old school. Kerry Madsen, prime, or Adam Clark, prime?
I want to give context. Adam Clark. I'll go Adam Clark.
Yeah, good man.
I think the diehards might know. I think Kerry might be handy off the track as well, but I'm led to believe Adam might have been very handy off the track.
One of the greatest.
All right, my next one. Jamie Oldfield or Anthony Beer? I wanted to go that other bloke that Jamie quilted in.
Beer. Anthony Bear.
Bear, whatever.
Yeah, I'll go Anthony Bear.
I wanted to go the other fella that he quilted on the infield. I couldn't remember his name. In the sprint cars, he just absolutely brained that fella. Oh, who you got, Jamie Oldfield or Anthony Bear?
Anthony Bear, mate.
He's going Anthony.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you seen J.O.? He'll rip your throat out.
This is pick and stick, mate.
Yeah, all right,
we play
all
by the rules here.
All right, go. Yours?
Dumsney or King Shot?
King Shot. Gav Migro versus Con Migro. It's pick and stick, baby.
Gavin.
Good.
Caden Brown or Tyson Martin?
Caden Brown. Very close, Caden Brown. I'm going to give context to the question here, but you can't give context to the answer. 2 Aussie titles. 2 blokes who have made you squirt and ruined your night. Craig Smith or Tyler McQuilkin?
Smithers, because I'll never forget him.
Oh, he did get it. He just balked you and didn't you shit. And then Tyler, obviously, not his fault. He's just come a gutser and you've just absolutely speared him. Go, who else?
I think I've got 2 Australian titles for both, if I'm correct. Kai Blight or Jock Goodyear?
Fuck. Kai Blight is an Albany boy. That's the only reason. Kai Blight.
Yeah.
Dongra Eagles or Carnarvon Ramblers? Where's your heart?
Ramblers. Two flags at the Ramblers.
I've just taken Total Tools Rockingham off you. I reckon I've just taken Lambron off you too. Bigsy gives 85 a call.
And my last one is Bigsy or Rowe for defender.
Morrow or last year, Bigsy? Nah, I can only say one. Rowe.
Yeah, good call.
I got 2 left here.
Yep.
Pauline Hanson or Anthony Albanese?
Are you even allowed to comment on this stuff?
This is pick and stick.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I don't even... Nah, neither. I can't get around any of them.
2027 Dane Kingshot or 2027 Caden Manders?
King Shot. Bounce back after America. He's on.
Bounce back. Bloke won a race. Second. Nearly won another.
Yeah, I won none last year, so yeah. No, it doesn't need much of a bounce back.
I actually thought we did that all right.
Not bad, not bad. Probably a bit slow in between the hits.
Well,
I don't know how they do it live on radio.
You want to give it context. That's why. Yeah, It is what it is. All right, mate. Yeah, I know you've had a big time milking the Australian government for their money, but yeah, I'll let you go to bed. I've got Alex Robertson coming up on the line, mate. Appreciate your time.
Righto. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Rowie. See ya.
Yeah, mate. Bye.
All right, on the line, Alex Robinson, live from Fresno, California. Just quickly before we get into it, obviously Knoxville on the weekend, hightail it straight to California, was it?
Yeah, pretty much. Leave pretty early Sunday morning. Drive about 11 hours on Sunday, and then got up I think we're in Denver, and then drove to Las Vegas last night, and then drove over to Fresno today. So it's about a 30 to 31 hour drive. So
it's like
definitely a big haul.
Is that like Melbourne to Perth?
Yeah, that'll be pretty similar.
And when you say
definitely
early Sunday morning, obviously Knoxville wrapped up about 2. What's early on Sunday?
I think we left about 11. So I think by the time everything got finished up and we were in bed and basically everything packed up and in bed was about 4. So sort of left a little bit and went a little bit later. But yeah, left about 11 and got to Denver about 11. And then plus side, you pick up a couple of hours going back to the West Coast. So it's was good. It was actually not a pretty good drive going across countryside. Really, a lot of cool stuff going through Colorado, then into Utah and off into Nevada. So it's been a real cool experience to do. So
Obviously, yeah, talking to Alex Robson here, you crew for the Monte Motorsports team over here, and you've done that for a number of years. And at the moment, you're over there with the Tarlton Motorsports with James McFadden, fourth on the final night in the Knoxville Nationals. Is that a celebration for the team? Like, you missed the podium. Are you still stoked with the fourth? Like, what's the mentality of the team?
Definitely, the fourth place that's fourth place in the biggest race in the world is unreal. Like that, to be in the company and to be able to race the way we did was awesome. To lock it in on the prelim night and lead all but every lap to the last 10 meters was awesome. To lock in was just, that sort of just, it was able to give us, just relax and give us confidence going into Saturday night. And Saturday obviously played out very differently to, I think, what a standard Saturday night program is for Knoxville. Running the day show and then trying to squeeze in the night show. And I don't think they even ran a hot lap till about 11 o'clock.
That's wild, eh?
I think the feature pushed off about 1 o'clock, 10 past 1, something like that. So track was very fast, very, very hard for passing, pretty locked down. Started a little bit wider later on, but probably a little bit too late by that point. So,
wait, with the prelim, obviously, J-Mac lost on the last corner to Sheldon Holdenschild there. Do you know if that spot, second or first, did that actually change where J-Mac would have lined up in the feature? Do you know?
I'm not 100% sure.
It just seemed it was a little bit of a points gap. So
it was only a couple of points. So I think it just came. I think Sheldon just qualified a little bit better than us. So I think that's what gave him those couple more points to be able to keep the top spot, or the top spot at the time before Kyle took it.
Mate, before we get into the Knoxville night itself, obviously, like I said, you've done it for a number of years. You've raced over here yourself. Like, is there, in terms of how you prepare and do your job over here for Monty's, is it just the same stuff over there? Do you do the tyres the same way, or is it a completely another step up in the level?
Well, the sprint car tyres run at home are 18 wide right rears. The left rears are exactly the same. So the right rears we run over here are 16 wide, just 2 inches skinnier, on the same size rims and all that as we run at home. The tyre is a little bit harder than at home. It's definitely, I try to use what I was doing at home over here, and I very quickly worked out it doesn't quite work the same. I'm trying to use to run at different tracks every night, different surfaces, which are completely different to anything we run at home. It's just, trying to keep up with it, I think, was the hardest thing at the start, but I definitely feel a lot more confident now in being able to keep up with the track and keeping the tyres good enough.
At standard night, Knoxville's a little bit different, but obviously you're over for the California swing. How many right rears, left rears do you prepare for a one night over there?
So one night we'll get 4 right rears, and I think at the moment we've got 7 left rears prepared.
Really?
Not that we're always using them. At the moment, it's pretty much an open tyre rule with both High Limit and World of Outlaws. So we've got, usually go with 2 or 3 new rights and about 4 new lefts and 3 used lefts. You'll also qualify on a hot lap and qualify on fresh ones, and can heat race on some used ones. And then you try to go back to the set you qualified with for the feature race. So barring any major setup changes.
Hey, you've done a heap. Like, you obviously worked on like Reitzel's car and big names and big races, won the Classic, all that sort of stuff. Bolting on the tyres for J-Mac starting third in the Knoxville Nationals, like, I don't think people understand how much pressure would be. Like, if something went wrong with the tyres, everybody would like look at you. What's that pressure like? Was it a level up that you're used to? And
it was. I know I've always sort of wanted to live for this sort of stuff and be as hard pressure. My biggest critic is myself. I'm super hard on myself. Like, if the tyre comes back in and it's not 100% what I wanted, I'm real dirty on myself. But definitely, it definitely was a little bit different before rolling out on Saturday. I don't know if it wasn't as bad because it dragged out so long. I said by the time we were ready, we hot lapped. I think we hot lapped at like 12, and then our feature race pushed off just after 1.
Yeah, right.
So I think that was able to probably settle a few nerves, and it was definitely up there. And it was definitely more than just a normal race back home. So, and then and having the pit stop as well. So thankfully everything was right at pit stop, and just grind some tyres and bring the pressures back up, and we're good to go again. So
you're obviously working on it, mate. But you're at the Knoxville Nationals, and I'm not sure what the vibe was like there. I'll get your opinion, but at any point are you able to actually enjoy the race, or are you just glued on what JMac's doing in case you do have to do something? Are you able to take it in at any point?
Yeah, definitely. We ran 360, and it's not as big as a 410, but so we got to take a bit of that in. And then when we did lock in on our prelim night, we were able to you'd fully take in the Thursday night and take in the atmosphere, and it's just a whole different vibe. It's just crazy over here. It's such a big event, and it was great to be a part of, honestly. And to be able to start where we did and finish where we did is just awesome.
It was electric to watch from here. Like I was at Dirt Trackers, and shout out to the Condrens, they brought their laptop and everyone watched. Like there was when the rumours started that Kyle might be able to actually make it, it was like electric. Was the same vibe at Knoxville?
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. Like obviously we wanted to start on the front row, so it was sort of like, if he doesn't make it, it's pretty good. We got to start on the front row. So, but I think for the sport in a whole, that's a really cool thing to see. To be able to finish a NASCAR race a 2.5 hour flight away and hightail it to Knoxville, and everyone did everything to get him there. You can't say anything more about it. It's actually awesome. Like to be able to do what he did is unreal. You don't see that stuff. That's stuff you joke about.
I've looked it up. He's like 1,770 kilometres away when the cars are hot lapping, and he did a 400 lap NASCAR race, ran to a plane, got there, got out, led every lap of the Knoxville Nationals. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, so when he finished, I think the first feature race of the 13 main had just pushed off. And yeah, hightailed it really fast, landed, I think he landed about 20 minutes away from the track, and he got a police escort and rushed him in. And the funny thing about it is, since they were starting and parking the car with Trevor Canales was going to start and park it, they just hadn't actually bothered doing any maintenance or any tyres or anything.
Really?
And as the day went on, they went, oh, hang on. We had to do a little bit of work before to get ready for Cole to get there. So,
and with that start and park, you guys would have been across it. Would they have reshuffled the whole field, or like normal, would you just that lane move up one? So J-Mac, he started 1 or 2?
We started 3, and Cole started 1.
Yeah, but
he just would have shuffled the whole field up.
Okay, so J-Mac would have started out of 2.
So yeah, so Trevor would if Trevor had started, it would have been in 24th. 24th.
With how big it is, I know Knoxville's huge, but like, is the Knoxville 360 Nationals like bigger than the Classic? Is it that big?
Yeah, it's probably pretty similar.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say pretty similar. Maybe a little bit less, but I think just, especially like crowd-wise, it doesn't look as big because the Knoxville is so big. It's just a lot more place to have people. There's so many people in the infield, not as many in the stands, but the town still is fairly busy. I was told by a couple people it was busier this year than it had been in previous years. But there's definitely a big shift from the 1 week to the next week.
You've gone over there to do this deal, mate, and I spoke about it in my previous podcast. Like, I'm not sure people understand how much time and effort crew chiefs and crew guys do on the off season to get themselves to America and upskill themselves. Like, has it been really valuable for you to go over there and like you're confident you'll be able to bring stuff back here for the Monty program?
Oh, absolutely. I've learned more now in the first 2 weeks here than I'd learned in in a season at home. Like, I think by the time I'm done here, we'll have done 30 races, 31 races or something. And I think in the space of 7 weeks, home, I think we did 29 last year. So it's pretty cool to jam as much racing in as possible. And I found it just keeps you thinking, and it keeps you more aware and feel more reactive to track changes and how the car or how the tyres are reacting and how the conditions are reacting, and especially considering how hot and humid it's been here. Back in the Midwest over the last couple of weeks.
What's your reference point then? Like you're saying, when you learn, like, what's your main reference point? Is it talking to J-Mac? Is it looking at the tyres themselves? Is it the crew chief? Like, what's your first go-to to find out what the car did?
This is why I'll just confer with Drew and go back and forth with Drew Warner. And I'm pretty lucky, like in with Neil back in Perth. I've been sort of just doing my thing with the tyres, and I'm sort of like at home. I've got a pretty good pattern I can use, and I guess program per se that I follow, and I know it's going to work at home. And that took me probably 3 weeks over here to sort of get a hold of, just with the different tracks and all that stuff. But most of the time I'll just go back and forth with Drew or a couple other guys that I know over here, guys who race over here all the time. I'll go back and forth with them, try and learn a few things, and which has been really helpful.
There has been a lot of talk about those tyres over there and being different. Is that anything you can measure or see, or is it like, how hard is that to get your head around?
It's hard. Like right now is the hardest time, I think, to be a crew chief or a driver, anything. It's incredibly hard because you can not change your car and put a different set of tyres on it, and it changes the car completely. The tyres are not great. Like, they're pretty bad at the moment. There's a few things you can do, like that I've learned from over here, looking at batch numbers and serial numbers and all that on the tyres, and trying to pick certain ones and get the right one, within a certain time frame when the tyre was done.
Yeah, right. It's that detailed.
Yeah. It's getting in, checking the batch numbers and what's what, and I've swapped a couple just to get better batch numbers, and it's definitely proven. We've noticed a couple of times. We had a tyre go in Eldora, in our heat race, and that just fell apart from the inside.
Yeah, right.
And that was out of a lot newer batch that I had gotten at that time, and so didn't do. Sort of put down to that, and had a couple of guys from Whoosy come over and have a look at it, and told us that it delaminated from the inside out. So
that's what I talked about, like, at the stress of you. Like, you're bolting that tyre on. There's been some mishaps. You're putting J-Mac out of 3, and they're the tyres you put on. I just don't think people understand how much stress and pressure you would be putting on yourself before that race. Of everyone that's touched the car, everyone knows who did what on the car.
It's everyone. Yes, it's definitely a lot on Drew as well, and same as Nate. There's a hell of a lot on them too. I guess mine's probably definitely not as bad as those two. They put everything into this car, and they work incredibly hard. It's awesome to watch, but it's definitely nerve-wracking a bit. Shit, like, things tight, and you just doubt yourself, and you start second guessing, and for absolutely no reason, for something you've done thousands of times before. But you all of a sudden start second guessing yourself more, and it just ups the ante over here, really.
What's the biggest takeaway from you? Like, if you come back here and what's the best thing that you've been a part of over there at the moment? What has it been?
I think learning wise, it's the batch numbers and all that sort of stuff I was talking about. I think that is a big thing now. Now I've seen it firsthand. It's definitely something I'm going to try and keep a track of at home a lot more. Sometimes you don't always get the best choice you go with what you can get. But if you can try and control it as best you can control that aspect of it. I think just being over here, learn as much as I can, just trying to be a sponge, basically, soak it all up. The guys I'm working with, Drew Warner, Nate Matherley, James, it's just awesome. Kobe as well. It's such an awesome bunch of guys, and it's relaxed and serious at the same time. It definitely feels a lot like working with Neil.
Yep.
I said that to a few people. I said it feels very similar to how Neil and I work. Definitely, yeah, it's a really awesome experience. I can't thank Brian Matherley enough for this, and it's been a hell of a trip so far. We got 3 more weekends to go. So,
Mate, what does it feel like? You're obviously a little bit used to it over here with Monty's that you would go to the track every single time to win. What's it like to do that in America at every race with J-Mac and that team? Like you would never be going into any race not thinking you win. Like is that add pressure to you, or is it just exciting?
I think it's just exciting more. Definitely, I think the pressure side in terms of the depth over here is a lot bigger. There's a lot bigger depth, which is not saying the depth at home isn't there, which it is. Just there's just so many more numbers here. So, especially going and you go to different tracks where they've got their own local guys that are as good as the touring guys rocking up.
Yeah, they just know their package.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's just exciting. I think more to be a part of now. That's been the best part of it so far.
You locking in another trip next year? What are you doing?
Hopefully, I'll have to ask the wife. I can't thank her enough for actually letting me come and looking after my 2 crazy children at home. And hopefully it's the plan. I'll hopefully come back next year and hopefully do this again. Maybe try for as long, but see what happens, and maybe bring her and the kids over for a little bit and show them a bit of the countryside and a bit of fun with them. But yeah, plan is definitely to come back next year and go again. And I've said to myself, and I told my wife the other day, I don't really want to miss Knoxville ever again. So,
fuck, it looked that good this year.
it was really cool for me. I think I got to see it. We did a weekly show the week before 360 Nationals, and got to see Knoxville from this little town that's got not that many people and it's very quiet and all that to this thing that ramps up. There's 100,000 people there, and it's just out of control.
What are you looking forward to before you get home then? What's the next one on the radar?
Tulare on Friday. Tulare has been the number 1 track I want to get to this whole trip, and we go there this Friday, so it'll be Saturday morning over there.
And you do get to enjoy it then? Like, obviously, I know you, and I know you take what you do extremely serious, and I know you wouldn't be there if you didn't, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I hope you do get to have a look around and appreciate how awesome it is that you get to go to these races.
Yeah, it's been awesome. You had plenty of time. I've been able to soak it all up, and we've had some days off and had done some really cool things, and had some time off before the 360 Nationals, and sort of got to go away for a couple of days, and it was really cool, real awesome couple of days away, and theme parks and water parks, and doing some really dangerous stuff on water rides and that. So it was just a really cool couple of days there, and that's definitely one memory I'll definitely take home and never forget. But it's just been cool to see all these tracks that I've looked at all the time and just on TV and all that. Now I get to see them and soak all in what they actually are and what they're about. So it's just, it's really cool.
Done. All right. I know it's late. You had dinner over there, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I've had dinner, yeah.
Beauty.
All right. 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock or something, I think. Yeah.
Well, appreciate your time, mate. Yeah, thank you. And good luck, mate. We'll see you when you get back.
No worries. Thanks for having me, mate.
See ya.
See you, mate. Bye.
Alex Robinson on the line there. Yeah, it's some really interesting stuff, and hopefully that highlights to everyone how much effort goes into behind the race. It's like you heard, going after batch numbers, and like if Alex knows about that, every crew chief knows about that. There'd be like a real power struggle, and and everyone's in there after the same thing in the tyre truck and all that, and trying to sort it out. It's they're only chasing 2-3% at a time to win these big races, and everyone on the team is fully committed to make sure they do win. That wraps up another episode, sort of a quicker one, but hopefully, yeah, you got something out of that one. Really, really appreciate all the boys coming on. Obviously, Jye O'Keeffe, Elevate Race Bodies. Rowe jumped in from Nic Rowe, jumped in, and then Alex Robertson, obviously from Fresno, California. So really appreciate those boys' time. Again, thanks to Apex Premium Motorsports Experiences. If you could, really appreciate it. I probably wouldn't if I was listening, but if you do, I would really appreciate it if you jump on Facebook, give it a like, and if you're up in Darwin. I understand there's a fair outlay with it, but I truly believe that we'll be able to give you way more than what your money's worth there. So thanks for jumping on. Yeah, keep the messages coming. It's awesome to get them, and it gives me a lot of different content ideas and guest ideas and stuff like that. So appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see you at the track. Thanks, guys.